Two demolition jobs for your Sunday afternoon dry weather footy. In the sun, we had the Eels smashing the Knights and also the Panthers smashing the Raiders. And we'll pop into that Eels game first. And for everyone that brought in Isaiah Papali'i, he's absolutely dominated for you. 17.5% teams in total now own him. And two fairly simple tries, but for a guy that's been dominant every week, and he deserves those spoils, that's for sure. And he deserved that early mark, which he got with 12 minutes to go. So, perhaps 45 in base there to go along with the attacking stats that he naturally gets in the tackle bust and the offloads. With the tries this week, you get 87 and a 66 average. So, stand corrected that I didn't think he was going to average that 62.5 that he averaged last year. With the reduction in tackle bust points that he was getting a lot of last year, he's just gone to another level as a player. And kudos goes out to him, and same to Cam Murray as well. Both of them just really improved and have been the two best middle forwards and Papali'i edge forwards in the game. So, my props go to them. Well done. Mitch Moses, again, continues to be the flat track bully that he is. And, you got to recognise that. And I mentioned him, I personally didn't pick him up because I had Dylan Brown, didn't want both. But Moses being potentially a good option when a lot of people are trying to get rid of him after round 3. So, well done if you stuck strong with Moses, and 12% of teams have done that. And, go along with the 7 goals and everything else in between, the 513 kick meters and all the rest is great work from him. Sean Lane had a try assist and try, was great. Reed, a couple of try assists for him, helped him out, 3 line break assists to go along with his 37 tackles, so still able to score pretty well in a team that dominated. This Dylan Brown situation, seriously, I'm so lucky and glad that he got 50, but for him to be moved to the centres after being the informed 6 in the comp it's just annoying, really. Like, I get that it worked better for the team with centres out, and Opacek wasn't able to play, and they've got Niokor out, they've got Sean Russell, Sivo, they've got a lot of outside backs out, and it makes sense to put him there up against Dane Gagai being a strong offensive player for Brownie to lock him up a little bit, and he can play Jacob in there, Jacob Arthur's in 6 there, but just annoying for fantasy owners that he's the guy to move. So hopefully when their outside backs come back, they can just play them in those roles and move the centers and wings around rather than messing around with Dylan Brown. But thankfully he got to try, and over all the negatives today. So 50 for him. Penasini, I got to play him this week. I didn't play Crichton, unfortunately, but I played Penasini. So thank God that he scored well, and after how good Crichton went in the game afterwards. So 48 for him. It's good to see him get a few bits and pieces. The 3 tackle breaks, the offload, 19 tackles for 1 miss was great to go along with over 100 metres and a try. So well done to Penasini. He's going to continue to make money now. So really happy with him at 37.7 average now. He's going to be up near the 500k mark pretty soon, and he might make a little bit more if he continues to score well in an Eels team that's doing great. Frizzell with 47, so a little bit low for him 2 weeks in a row now. Madison with low minutes, but the work rate incredible, 193 metres, so shout out to you for that. Clem with 45, a little bit lower this week, just with the lack of run meters, but made sense when Para had the ball for most of the game. Keble Gillard with 45. We had Hayes Perham with 37, so obviously got a try in there, which was great. A couple of tackle breaks, an offload, a turnover tackle as well. Cody Mann's the one we're going to talk about now. Just the lack of run meters is really annoying. For someone that can run the ball so well, he passes a hell of a lot. In a team that's not going very well at all, unfortunately, he's not going to get those attacking stats either. He's just going to be tackling. There's going to be a few misses in there. He goes pretty hard in there. Sometimes goes one-on-one, and you can miss a few of those tackles. You can they brush past you, or you bounce off them, for example. So Cody's a trade now at 600k. He's going to start to lose a little bit. Last few weeks now, 3 in a row haven't been very good. I think you can clearly upgrade him. There's a few options out there, the Josh Jacksons, these kind of guys. They are a step up from Kurt Mann. So I've been saying that they've all been similar, but now with Cody's few games in a row and how bad the Knights are going, I think you can upgrade him now to those types of guys, the Crichtons, the Tamalolos, the Jacksons, and if you got a bit extra cash, obviously Papali'i and these types of players. All right, Brodie Jones unfortunately went off early. He had a bit of a shoulder issue during the game, early on, about 20 minutes in. He was scoring really well. He had 29 points at halftime, and then obviously didn't get a lot of runs in that last little section, and tackles dried up a little bit, but Brodie was really, really solid. I was happy with his efforts. He'll still make money with that 36, but it would have been nice if he played that extra 20 minutes and got a few extra points there. But he'll be fine. Hopefully he's not actually injured, and it was just a precautionary thing to take him off early. That's the Sungy come on and did pretty well, to be honest. At 29 points in 35 minutes, he ran the ball hard and did his job in a team that was getting spanked. So well done to him to come on and do that. Chris Randall was the interesting one. So 48 minutes is a little bit low. Like he had a bunch of games early on in the year, that 55 to 60 minutes, and this time unfortunately gets that lot lower in the 25 points for 48 minutes. So again, it wouldn't have mattered too much. He would have done a lot of tackles, but it would have been a bunch of misses, a few. He's got a penalty and error in there, stuff like that. So for Randall, that's 25 makes it very interesting. He's made a lot of money, and it's like, well, he's averaging 46.5. Is that good enough for you? Like, he'll probably go back to some better scores, but will he continue the lack of minutes? And if he does, he's probably going to be a 40-point scorer. Can you use that cash to upgrade elsewhere? Do you have enough trades to be able to just keep upgrading these mid-range guys? Like we saw what happened with Stephen Crime, which we'll talk about him shortly. But are you ready to be able to do that? Leo Thompson at 25 again, so he's someone that you could look to move on if you have that opportunity with someone that's actually going to make cash, not like Blake Taff. Was that a slight dig? Might have been. Ponga, 24 in his 66 minutes, so yeah, he got hit in the side and faked it. These guys, they can't fake it. I don't understand why they're doing that, lying on the ground like you're knocked out kind of thing. You're going to get taken off, even if you didn't get hit in the head. Silly. Anyway, not playing good enough, unfortunately, Pong. Just the one standout game. We spoke about this coming up against a couple of better teams, and he was going to potentially struggle a little bit and not get anywhere near that 60, 70, 80 kind of mark. But definitely an interesting one. Junior Bolo as well with 22 in his 43 minutes. So really low. He has to go if you own him. He's made 9K, so well done. Overall, to be fair, because I didn't think he'd make any money. So that's that game there. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Plenty of fantasy relevant players in that one. And then the Panthers and the Raiders, you've got plenty of interesting ones in here. And it all starts with Nathan Cleary and a completely dominant game again for him. A couple of try assists, 6 goals, 347 kick meters, back over that 100 meters gain. That's all we wanted from him. As soon as that happens, he gets the tackle breaks, he gets the offloads. He's someone that's very elusive and looking to offload and keep the ball playing. If he gets tackled or half tackled, he's looking to move that on. So the offloads are great for him now. Tackles are much better, 17 for 1 miss. And just a clear captaincy option every week. And if you don't own him, then hopefully you've got guys like Papali'i and Damien Cook and Payne Haas and DC and these types of players as well. But if you are looking to pick him up, now's probably the last week, I'd say, before heading into round 8. You'll have 5 games with him before Origin, which you'll probably miss a few in there. So that's that. Tarpanay with 64 in his 45 minutes. He was great. A couple of weeks in a row, he's scoring a lot better. And now he's starting to make a bit of cash, which a lot of people thought he was going to at the start of the year. And unfortunately, didn't happen for him. Tommy Starling with a nice try assist early on in the game. To Tarpanay, we had the 49 tackles from him for 3 misses. 2 turnover tackles and offload. And only a tiny bit of running with 1 kick at a dummy half there. So 63 and 65 minutes was terrific. Unfortunately went off early again with a head knock, so he would have played the 80 as well. So he's pretty close to a must-have, guys. If he's going to continue to average 50 plus, which he has been, he's got another 100. After this week, he'll be a bit less than 100 or so K to make. But he could be a keeper in the hooking position. Getting a cheaper guy in there to cover that position is very much close to a must-have, and he's still owned by a very small percentage of people. Stephen Crichton, there you go. So what happens? You got a guy in the back line of the best team in the comp. They're going to score points. It's going to happen. Like this time, the ball went right to Stephen, and he got the spoils there with 3 tries, 5 tackle breaks, 111 meters. Only the 3 negatives. So 59 for him. Keeps his price rises, going again, and he'll have a lower break even again next week. So you can continue to play him. Obviously, against these lesser teams like Canberra, you can continue to actually play him in your starting side. Unfortunately, I went for Penasini over Crichton. And a couple of other guys like Hetherington and the rest, but yeah, is what it is. I'm happy that he actually made some money. I'm not going to lose too much on him this week. Isaiah Yeo got a try, so he deserves that. He's been incredible all season, so well done to him. Ryan Sutton, so 50 points for him, but who knows what's going to happen with that one if he's going to continue to get minutes. They had Hudson Young, who was out, and then he comes in and plays a full 80, so who knows. Dylan Edwards with 260 meters, he was great. A potential option over Origin period, but you probably want his price to go down a little bit before picking him up, I'd say. Papali'i 43, we got Elliott 40, so he was a much better game from him, and you get him at a really cheap price point. He lost 230k this year, and he'll have a slightly nicer break even next week. And let's look to, again, it's the Raiders, and who knows, he could be on the bench next week. But he started in 13 this week, and that was an interesting option, and better for his scoring, obviously. Fisher Harris with 39, Tungo there with 39, so he helped out his scoring a bit. If you're getting anywhere around that 40 mark for a centre, you're doing well, guys. So don't worry about trading him or Taylor May out. They're both have done really well. Taylor's still going to make a little bit of cash. Tungwell's kind of holding steady now, but that's fine. Again, you're an outside back in a back line of a great side. Schneider, to get 39 in this losing side, I'd take my hat off to you for getting bundled over once or twice by a kick out in the first 10 minutes to then come back and have 33 tackles for only 4 misses was really, really good. So he has a bit of a crack. He got 3 turnover tackles in there. No running meters for him in this game. They just got smashed. 137 kick meters and 1 goal. For him to get 39 is really impressive. So he's a hold, continued hold for the next bunch of weeks. And he's still got a fair bit of cash to make as well. I wouldn't be worried about Schneider at this point. Horsburgh with a really high PPM game, so well done to him. Sorensen as well, a decent one, but he's a bit too expensive. They both kind of are. Spencer Lanu, if you got him, you make a tiny bit more cash. He's doing okay now. 29 minutes is actually a big lift for him, so well done to anyone who owns him. Rapana at 1, obviously a tough game for him, just not being able to get involved as much as he would have liked. Rushton, for anyone who picked him up, so the 21 minutes there for 17 points, 16 tackles, only ran a little bit, so not too much for him. Just, when they're just defending, he kind of held his own for what he needed to. Nickel Clockstar come on for 10 points in his 15 minutes there and made 10 tackles, so well done to him, getting in the tackling line there. Staines back to a 9, so TK, you mentioned him as a potential option eventually. We'll squash that now, won't we? It's funny, he actually has been playing a lot better, and I agree with that. And that 40-odd last week with a try, got everyone a little bit more excited. And even myself, I was like, oh, come on. He's due for a good couple of games and a good stretch of games. But back to the 9, so unfortunate. Crichton obviously got all the tries this week. And Savage with -3, so he's going to lose a fair bit of cash now, and he'll be a cheapie at one point. And if he gets the fullback position, we might look at him. But in this Raiders side, who's been really poor, he's not someone that we should be too excited about. But that's that video, guys. Hope you subscribe, like the video. If you enjoyed this, comment down below as well. Tell me where your team's at with 2 games to go, and I hope you enjoy the Anzac Day festivities. See you later.